Hi FBC, it's Pastor Jake with the update for this week, and it's a packed update, so stay tuned. We as a church have chosen to follow the counsel and the guidelines of our government that has put out information from really wise medical doctors that God has used in this, because of the recommendation to not meet in groups of more than 50 people for about an 8-week period, which we're just a few days into that. We will not be meeting together in the same building as a large group, as a gathered church until after May 10th. After May 10th, at least as it stands right now. And so I wanted to just share that with you, that's a decision that we made as leaders this week. And it's good when situations like this come up, because you can just kind of think back to the last time you led a church through a pandemic. I don't have anything to draw from. I don't. I hope you laughed. We need God's leading. We so need God's leading. And we met this week, our leaders, some of our elders and our elders in training met. I've talked with our other leaders. And we prayed early this week, really hard together, and just saw God's leading for what to do. And here's as we met and we prayed for you, and we prayed for our community on Tuesday, some just really prophetic words, I think, came out of several people's mouths as we met. And the first was this, that we are entering into a time where we're going to be increasingly isolated over these weeks. And the tendency is just to withdraw from others. And the enemy loves for followers of Jesus to get isolated. He tends to just hammer them with untrue things, with untrue thoughts, with depression and anxiety about the future and fear. And we get isolated, and it's not how God designed things to be. In fact, the author of Hebrews says, "Do not give up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing." Do not give up meeting together. So here was this clear conviction that came out of our time as leaders, is that we're being forced kind of into isolation. We're being kind of forced there, and we are obediently complying with that. But while we're being forced into isolation, as a church, we want to intentionally draw one another out at this time, right? This beautiful picture. Even in Exodus, we were looking at that, God drawing out his people. We want to draw one another out, and those who are not even a part of our church yet, we want to help draw them out together and into community in the ways that we can, the ways that God has given us in this time. You are not just a consumer, but a participant. I want to encourage you in that way. And over the next several weeks, God wants to draw you into this body in ways that are really historically unprecedented with regard to the level of technology and communication that we have now. I just had to change my phone because I was recording at 4K 30 frames per second, which 10 years ago, mega churches didn't have that filming capability. It's just amazing. And we have high-speed internet, and we have all these different ways to connect. Praise God for all the gifts that he's given to us. And so as we talked and prayed, and how can we draw people out and care for one another? We'll talk about that more in the coming week. There's 3 platforms that I want to share with you that we're going to use to connect, okay? Big thanks to Jesse Hoagie, who worked hard to do some research, and we did some demoing of some of this technology, and I'll share a graphic that he communicated here and that Christina Resnikoff worked hard to put together. We're going to create a Facebook group, and the Facebook group is the place where you'll go to interact with other people, to ask questions, to share prayer requests, where information will be posted, links to various things, ways that you can get connected with various things. We're going to put it all there in the internal Facebook group, and this group will be closed, so you can share prayer requests without feeling like they're going out to the world. The second is this. We will be using a technology called Google Meet and Google Hangouts. They're part of something we already subscribe to as a church, and they allow in Google Meet the opportunity to connect with up to 150 people by video chat. And just some really cool features of screen sharing and connecting, and It's just awesome technology. And then third, we're going to utilize YouTube live stream, which we did last Sunday very quickly, but we're going to work hard to do a better job at that. And a big thanks to Mike Parrish, who's done some digging and research on how to work with the camera that we have, and maybe thinking about some other things to help with that. A huge thanks to Dave Gilo, who's also working on audio and trying to make all that work as well. So those are 3 platforms that we're going to use with regard to technology. Now, if you need help with that, no problem. Early next week, we're going to create a tutorial video that will walk you through the steps of how to get logged in and connected in each one of those things. It won't be long, but we'll give you some of those basic steps, and we'll share that. And then also, we're working to put together kind of an FBC Geek Squad that would be willing to either call you or come to your home to help you try to connect with some of these technologies and walk you through the steps so you can stay connected during this time. We still have a few things in process that we're working on, but I want to share some of these things with you that we want to work toward now, to be drawn out together, to be connected with one another and serving, okay? So Sunday, starting this Sunday, we will have more of a full live stream. And the live stream will be different. It's just gonna be different because we're not there together. But my prayer is that it will be good and encouraging and interactive. We want to provide ways for us to interact and to give feedback. And so during our prayer time, there'll be an opportunity to share prayer requests, for you to join us in prayer, for you to get on YouTube and type in the feed so people can see and share those things. During the message time, which will be shorter, you'll have the opportunity to interact as questions are asked, and you'll have the opportunity to respond, to share encouragement, to share needs, to share questions yourself, and we'll take some time to answer those as well. And we want to encourage you as well on Sunday nights. This is a recommendation that I'm making. On Sunday, to take a time in the evening and to do some family worship together. Some family worship together. Now, maybe this won't work. Well, I can't do that because the Wild are playing on Sunday night, right? And I guess we can't do that because the Timberwolves are playing on Sunday, or the NCAA tournament's on Sunday, or we got to go somewhere on Sunday. Wait, none of that stuff is happening. We can take that time on Sunday night, and we can spend some time for a half hour worshiping together as family, as friends, gathered together. And so you'll get a worship guide. We got a copy of one right here. It'll be linked to this email weekly, where you can take some time. We're gonna encourage you to do 4 things: to eat together around the table, and by the way, just do that as much as you can during this time as a family. To pray together. We've got some things in the worship guide to pray through, missionaries, some specific things for our leaders as a church, our community, to read the Bible together. And we'll put in there the passage from the message of the given week, and then some additional questions, right? And then to sing together. This week, on Mondays, we're going to have what we're calling FBC Family Check-ins. We're going to use the software of Google Meet that I referenced. We're going to seek to connect with as many people in our smaller FBC families that we have. You'll be connecting with them, and you'll get an invitation to join that connection time. And those have become, I think, important connection times. Just to share, how are we doing? What encouragement can we share with one another? What are some of the needs that people have? And to just get on that call. And through Google Meets, you'll be able to, if you don't own a computer or a smartphone, you can even just dial in like you're on a conference call and put in a code and join that meeting for that evening. So FBC Family Check-ins on Monday night. And then cell groups, we want to encourage them to continue to meet in person if they're less than 10, which I think all of ours are, if you're all healthy, and you all can. But we also have the opportunity to meet over Google Hangout as well. That's a software you can use Tuesday nights. We're going to have a pause for parenting encouragement moment with Jen and Brooke, who serve in children's ministry at FBC. And they're going to have a quick 2-3 minute piece of encouragement for you as parents, specifically geared toward this time. I've seen some funny memes on Facebook about trying to homeschool your kids and still work and juggle toilet paper and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it is just really a crazy time. And so there's going to be some encouragement there on Tuesday nights as well. And then Our Awana leaders are still working on ways that we can continue to encourage our kids who have been working really hard this year on their verses. And so on Wednesday nights, I think is the kind of the time slot that they've carved out. Be looking for ways for the Awana leaders to be in touch with you about encouraging your kids to keep working. That was an awful lot of stuff to share in a short bit of time. But I want to leave you with this encouragement that I do every week as we gather, that you are loved and you are sent. And that looks a little bit different right now, to be sent where you are. But we're going to have opportunities in the coming days and weeks to serve with increasing intentionality as the hands and feet of Jesus. Sometimes even digitally. We live in a crazy time with crazy tools, and so let's use them together. I love you. It's just an honor to be one of your leaders during this time. God is still on the throne. He is good. And I look forward to talking about that this week as we open James 4 together. So looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. God bless you. Take care.